Yeah, so first of all, I started with a cube and added a subdivision modifier to give it the shape of the head, and duplicated it for the lower part of the head, and with the move brush just give everything like a, well, something like define the major shapes of the head, which is the cranium and the lower part of the jaw. So yeah, with these two different shapes, I just defined the major landmarks, like, so just to get the general shape of the head I was going for. Even though right now I wasn't exactly sure of what I was aiming for, I just wanted to get like a stylized female head shape, something like that. So yeah, just with the move brush, I did the nose too, shaped it, and yeah. So this is just the blocking out stage first. So I tried here from a particular add-on I used, one add-on from Zine Graphics, that's the Lollipop add-on, but I was not satisfied with the option there, so I just added a sphere and shaped it to give it like a nice ear shape. So I just used basic brush like the move brush, the draw sharp brush, just to give that ear the shape. And back to the face, I used a cylinder again for the neck. So yeah, this is what I usually like doing when creating a new character from scratch. I just use basic shapes, mostly cubes and sphere, to define most areas of the. I know you might be wondering why I use cube, because cube is kind of like a rigid shape, something like you use for hard surface modeling, for box modeling. But in a way, I feel it's actually easier to get like a basic shape using cubes and adding subdivision modifier. So just like you want to model a rough shape before going into sculpt mode and adding details. Yeah, so for this character I actually intended on making the eyes closed. So yeah, with that I just used the inflated brush and added a bulge around the eyeball area, and with the draw sharp brush I like drew the crease from one end of the eye to the other. So with the move brush I moved the ear, sculpted like little details on the ear, and with the pinch brush I kind of make the crease of the eyes a bit more tighter. So I wasn't really satisfied with it, so I smoothed it out a bit and turned on dynamic topology so I could add more details. And yeah, with that I actually sculpted the eyeline more and modeled. So for the eyelashes I just modeled it roughly, move the ear backwards a bit, and yeah. So after sculpting most part of the face symmetrically, I didn't really sculpt the mouth initially because I knew the mouth was not going to be at the center of the character, the mouth I planned to do. So after sculpting the face symmetrically, I turned off symmetry and started sculpting the mouth. So I wanted to give this kind of shy look, like let's say a shy lady blushing or stuff like that. So yeah, so just with basic brushes define the shape. So for this character in particular I didn't actually do topology because I didn't intend on animating it or using it for any production. I just wanted to get in, yeah. And yeah, also the main purpose of this challenge actually is not actually to get to win or something. So Polygon started this challenge just to help sculptors just to help sculptors improve their skill. So as an artist, the more you sculpt, the better you get at it. So for this, in most cases when I sculpt, I usually use references for sculpting, like either use a concept art or probably just take random images from ArtStation, Pinterest and sculpting. But for this in particular, I decided to sculpt without any particular, and even when I actually started I had no idea of what I had in mind. It's like got basic shapes and I started seeing it coming together nicely. Then yeah, at this point in time I was already seeing like having an idea of the final result of getting. So at this point I was actually trying to figure out if I should sculpt the body to be a bit detailed, but then I thought like I could actually use like a cloth to cover the body and there would not be any need for me to sculpt the body of the character. So in this case I just added the cylinder, reduced the resolution and modeled the clothes in edit mode. And yeah, modeling is in edit mode did not actually give me that feel. Definitely it's kind of a bit tedious modeling some particular kind of shape in edit mode. So after modeling it in edit mode, I added the multi-res modifier and sculpted it just to give the clothes more of like a fabric feel. So I added some folds and some other stuff. which I would right now. So after adding the clothes in edit mode, I then hid the original body that I modeled, because in this case I don't need it, and I went ahead to sculpt the cloth rather. So for this cloth, I used mainly the draw sharp brush, and also one thing I noticed, the model was not actually in line with the real world size. So I used the the rigify add-on rather, just like adding a rig to get the rough proportions of an average human height, and I just used it to scale down this character to have like a more realistic scale. So for the hair, I used the hair I created for character in the past, which I just created roughly one time, like I think sometimes about last year while I was practicing. That's when I created this hair. So yeah, I just added the hair and used it for this character, because I didn't really want to waste time on this character. So the total time it took me to sculpt this character was like 1 minute and that's 1 hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, that's what I used to create this character from start to end. So it's just like yeah, I was just challenging myself. Initially I wanted to do it in less than an hour, but yeah, I was pretty close to it. So for the skin, I used the the newly added paintbrush, like it became available from Blender 3.0 in sculpt mode. This paintbrush, so that's what I used for the painting of the character skin. And for this skin, I was not really satisfied with the way it feel after I added it in the material slot and all. So later on, I changed the skin texture to more like a dark skin, and yeah, which I later stuck with. And for the clothes, I went to edit mode after I used the fabric texture I downloaded from, I think, texture events or so. Yeah, so I used the fabric texture I got online for the clothes, just to give it that bump. I used the roughness and the displacement map, but for the color I just used the principal shader. For the character skin, yeah, I added a bit of soft surface. I would later change this color though, which I think I said I would later change it to like a dark skin color, but for now I just added in the light and all, just to like, get the feel of how this character would eventually look, more to give like, yeah, just like a mood. And basically that is how I created this character from start to finish. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.